Shush. Hello. We're going to move. Okay. We're going to move in a second. That's why I don't want us to get too comfortable right now. We're not going to get too comfortable here. We're going to be moving in a second. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing good. I just want to say, um, no women leaders. Yeah, that one. And we'll talk about it in a second. But then another thing is that I'm a narcissist and you are also a narcissist. I'm going to tell you why we're narcissists. Okay. I want to read you guys a comment that I saw online. Here, hold on one second. I'm going to read it to you right now because once I saw this comment, I was like, are people really this stupid? Have you guys ever been impressed by the stupidity of humanity just by simply reading the comment section of a video? Please tell me I'm not the only one who has had that happen. I am impressed by the stupidity of some sections of humanity just by reading the comment section. Oh my gosh, my battery is going out. We're gonna move in a second, okay? So just give me a sec. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna try to find this part. So, okay, I'll tell you what happened. I was watching a video that was talking about captains who have failed out of history. Okay, these are captains that have abandoned ship when the ship is sinking. You guys know what I'm talking about, like that captain from is it Carnival Cruise or I forget which one, but remember, do you guys remember him, the Italian guy? Tell me I'm not the only one who remembers him. That Italian captain who abandoned ship while the ship was sinking. Okay, and then when he was yelled at by, I believe, a senior officer from a different ship to get his R's back on his ship because there were still 1,000 or more people, he said, "Oh, I slipped and I fell into a rescue boat." And then also he conveniently told his wife that he also slipped and fell on top of a Moldovan dancer because he slips and falls into lots of things. This guy was a winner. Okay, he was a winner, but anyway, he was also sentenced to prison. So then there's that. But hold on one second. So as I was watching the comment section of this, do you guys mind me putting my hair back today? I'm sorry. I'm just not in the mood to have my hair out. Okay, and I know I normally do give you guys full glam hair, but I'm just not in the mood today. It's just, yeah. But anyway, what was I telling you guys? Oh yeah. So as I was in the comment section of that same video talking about this captain who left his people on board, there was a person who commented in the comment section saying, people are so narcissistic today. Why do people demand that someone risk their lives or lose their life for them just because they're on a boat and he's driving the boat? People are so narcissistic today. Ugh. That was the comment. That was the comment. That was his name, Beetle? Beetle has his name. His name was GM Gal or Glam Gal. Oh no, that's me. Sorry. I'm stupid. Guys, I'm such a retard sometimes. No, but anyway. So this person, right? This person said, "Oh, people are so narcissistic, expecting that a captain should lose their life just because he was driving the boat and it crashed. So why should he have to lose his life?" Are you okay? Okay. All right, let's talk downstairs because if not, then the computer's going to turn off on me and then we're going to be sitting here looking at each other. Well, you guys aren't going to see me at all. But okay, let's go downstairs. Oh my God. And don't look at my outfit, okay? I'm not dressed to impress. Okay, I know I'm a little bit ghetto today. Leave me alone. I think I deserve a ghetto day or two. Okay. Okay. I think I gave you guys plenty of glam and fashion and chicness that I deserve a day to be ghetto. Okay. You guys are lucky. I didn't show up on this camera with like braids in my hair. You know what I'm talking about? Like 10 braids straight back, going straight back. So you guys are lucky I didn't show up like that, okay? So don't give me nothing. I don't want to hear nothing from any of you. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I don't have the table in here anymore. Oh, okay, we'll go over here. We'll go to the other one. Let me grab my charger. I'm grabbing everything right now so then I don't have to get back up again, okay? Hi, Bendito. Ay, hijo de la gran puta. I'm so thirsty. And you guys know what it means when a girl is thirsty. That means she's thirsty. I guess. Whatever. All right. Okay, let me put this here. I'm almost done. I'm just connecting the muchamagoggets and the gadgets of the. Okay. Oh my God, Amira, stop being a pussy. I'm being a pussy. Okay, here we go. Ah! How did the camera just turn on? I swear I did not turn on the camera. I am such a pussy. Okay. It's a little bit dark, honey. It's just a little bit dark. Should we turn on some lights? You guys want to listen? Well, stop it. Okay. Listen, you guys don't need any lights, okay? You guys are here to see me and me only, right? You guys don't need any lights, right? Like, what do you guys need to see back here? You guys don't need to see none of this. You guys don't need to see none of that. All you guys need to see is me anyway, right here. Me and you. Why are you crying? But you know what I need to do? I need to get something so that it doesn't overheat, because you guys know as soon as the computer overheats, I found something. Eureka! Eureka! I have a handy dandy box. Okay. What the hell? Why does it keep turning off? What? I swear I didn't even touch it. I swear, Yana, I didn't touch her. I didn't know she was 17. Where's my, oh my God, what just dropped? Was that my dignity that just dropped? Oh my God. It's okay. We can leave it down there. We don't need it today. All right, here we go. Okay. So, the thing that I was telling you guys about, this guy claims that humanity is narcissistic. And you know what? There's another thing. The overuse of the new word narcissist or narcissistic. Half the damn people don't even know what it means. And people everywhere swear that they know exactly what this term is and how to use it, but all they do is call people narcissists that they don't like. You know, you guys, listen, working in the court, you guys don't know how many times these middle-aged women come into the courtroom and say, my ex-husband is narcissistic. Why is he narcissistic? Well, he likes to look in the mirror a lot. Do you know what it means? I do. A narcissist is a person that only thinks about themselves. No. That's not it. That's not only what a narcissist is. That's a symptom. There are plenty of people on this planet who have narcissistic tendencies, but are not narcissists. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to rant to you guys about this, but haven't you guys felt that crap too? You know what I mean? It's just the new fad. It's the new thing. It's the trend to call a person that you don't like a narcissist. I guess I'm a narcissist too by that definition. Well, check this out. You're a narcissist. I'm a narcissist. We're all narcissists. And regarding captains not jumping ship, listen. I did make a comment back to that person. Do you guys want to hear my comment? I can read it to you, or I could just say it to you, because I think I remember it pretty well. But I responded something like this. I said, people are not narcissists because they expect the captain to stay. I said, when a captain of a boat, of a ship, of an airplane, of a car or a train, when a captain takes on that role and that responsibility of driving souls from point A to point B, he is now responsible for said souls on board. No matter what vessel he's driving, he or she is now responsible for said souls. I said the reason why captains are expected to stay, they're not expected to die per se, but you are expected to stay. And if you staying until everybody is safe means that you die, well, then so be it. You die. Because it's the right thing to do. Because it's not the passenger's fault typically that an accident happened. Puniti, punyaya, puntipi, punching. So it's not the passenger's fault that, you know what I mean? So that is the reason why captains, whether they're driving, like I said, whatever vessel they're driving, whether it be an airplane, a train, a boat, a ship, whatever, anything that you are driving that you have passengers riding along with you, you are expected to keep that person safe from point A to point B. If I'm driving a car and you are in my car, let's say that you guys ride with me in my Range Rover, my Bentley, my whatever I'm driving. You guys ride with me, right? You guys are in my car. Do you guys not expect that I'm going to get you to point A to point B safely? You may be screaming the whole time, but I'm going to get you there safely, whether you're screaming or not. Okay? A little screaming is not going to kill you. But I'm going to get you there. I'm going to get you there. So, and another thing, how effed up is it to expect that people can be so selfish that, listen, me and you are in a car, yeah? We get into an accident or we go off of the side of a cliff or something like that. How effed up is it is that I take myself to safety and I'm like, peace out, homie. You guys are in the passenger seat like, Amira, help me get the seatbelt off. It's stuck. I'm like, yeah, I'm a narcissist, so good luck to ya. And I think that's the real narcissistic move, is to actually leave the people that you told that you were going to get from point A to point B. Anyway, we're having a whole dumb discussion about this, but I'm telling you, this is something that bothers me about humanity today, where people are constantly saying things that are supposed to be honorable, noble, and they're calling it narcissistic. These people, I mean, and the thing is, I want to tell you guys something. I was also having another conversation about society as a whole, and how I think that public executions should come back, not in a brutal form and not in a way to provide entertainment to the masses, but for the worst of the offenders. I believe that we should show other civilians that we will not be tolerating certain crimes in our society. And one good way to do that is to do public punishments, because this form of punishment that we have going on today, we're going to put you in timeout, and in timeout you get TVs, dessert, you get brownies and cookies and crap for dessert. I mean, this is not working. The prison system, which is none other than adult timeout, it's not working. Okay, the only place where naughty corners work is on my channel. Okay. Naughty corners in regular society don't work. And I believe that there's also money to be made. I mean, it's not even just about, but listen, there's no fear anymore of what's going to happen. Do you see the people who are committing crimes today? Do you think that they're scared of an officer coming and saying, oh, turn around, I'm going to put the handcuffs on you, and there you go, and off to timeout you go, and then the judge lets them out by dinner? By dinner time, they're sitting at the table. Oh yeah, they don't have families, the majority of them. Well, they're sitting on Skid Row, having another hit of their crack pipe or a heroin straw or whatever the hell they're doing nowadays. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I mean, listen, I haven't I haven't hung out with that type of people yet. Okay, it's on my bucket list. But they're out by dinner time. They're out there, and I'm like, so what is this adult timeout doing? It's not doing anything. Nobody gives a damn. It's laughable. And the worst part about it is, if you're gonna have adult timeouts, at least make them unpleasant. Because the majority that I see, that the people who come out of prison or what have you, they say that they have all of the humanities, like all of the stuff that we have outside. They have, nice food, they have the stuff that they want. And I'm like, why? You get TVs, you guys get why? You don't even need a blanket. You need to lay there on cement floor. Why? And then you know what the worst part is? These other people come out. If you actually make prison uncomfortable, then you have these effing humanitarian people come out and say, well, that's not humane. That's not. And it's like, what is humane? We are paying for this crap. We're paying for them to be in timeout. The least we can do is save a little bit of money here and there. Why are we making them comfortable? I understand programs. Programs are necessary because people do need to learn things and so on. But when I'm talking about like pleasure tease. Is pleasure tease a word? Pleasure tease? No, that's not a word. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Pleasures and all they need is books and the bare minimum of food to survive and water. That's all. I mean, think about dogs. They all get iPods now. iPads. Are you effing? Okay, tell me why, Fionn. Tell me why ain't nothing but a party. Why ain't nothing but a feasting. Tell me why. All right, tell me why. There is somebody who who just got out of prison, and when they got out of prison, they told me, as their counsel, they said, you could have just texted me. Texted you, sir? He said, yeah, you could have just texted me. We get texts in prison. We get texts, we get emails, I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Then, what is the point? What is the point of having prison? I mean, and this is, guys, this it's not working. It's not working. And I think that you all can agree with me that adult timeout is not working. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you was no female leaders. The reason is because of this shit. Sorry. I meant because of this crap that we have these soft systems. These soft systems oftentimes are headed by women who are, so sympathetic. That's just so inhumane. Shut up, Karen. This person raped a 3-year-old. What do you think should be happening to them? I mean, okay, let's not use the example of something so heinous, but let's talk about people who are repeat offenders, people who are just a bane on our society, just leeches of society. Just, you guys know the types, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. The people that are constantly in the system, who join the system very, very young, and they are constantly back in and back in and back in. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those type of people, right? Again and again. What does that tell you? It tells you that they don't see anything fearful or scary about the punishment. There's nothing scary about it. It's just another Tuesday. That is not how it should be. And part of the reason why I was thinking about these things was because I was watching some medieval punishments kind of documentaries, right? And they were talking about all these ways that they used to punish people, and talking about this wheel that they used to put people on, and tearing limb from limb, and all of this in public, mind you. And beheadings and so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying we need to go back to all of that per se, but when I was looking at that, I was like, man, the people actually looked at those punishments and they were fearful of that. That there, some criminals still existed, but it darn sure wasn't in the numbers that we have today. I say we get rid of them. We get rid of the people who just don't learn. I don't understand why our societies have, not even societies, I would say Western society has become so soft. I mean, think about this. It's either we have a progressive society. If they want this whole progressive society, then there needs to be strict punishments. That's the only way to have a proper progressive society, that there needs to be, you know what I mean? There needs to be a balancing in that. But if we keep having this progressive society where we're so forgiving and so, and then we have a punishment system that is weak, we're not getting anywhere. Yeah, exactly, Suka Manuka. 3 strikes, you're out. I don't know why we got rid of that. Why do we get rid of 3 strikes? Does anybody know? Do you guys know? Because I don't know. I speculate that we got rid of it because, of course, those people, oh my God, it's not humanitarian. I guess those people came out and said, like, oh, it was racist, or it was always, the blacks and the browns who were constantly getting 3 strikes and out. But it's like, if you commit the crime, then it is what it is. Whatever your color is doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your color is. But people always say that it's unfair to certain peoples. But it's like, then who's committing that crime? Who is constantly committing the crime and doing it again and again and again? Larry says, that's why. So then I was right. So then that's the reason. And okay, all in the name of not being racist. We're just going to continue like this. We're not getting anywhere because of women working in nonprofits who promote hug a thug. As a progressive society that we are today, we believe that moving forward means always having compassion, forgiving, and understanding. Please make a donation to our new program, Hug a Thug. Hug a Thug is featured in most states, mostly Democratic states, but we are also trying to get permits in Texas, Florida, and Wyoming. Hug a Thug is coming to a city near you. Hug a Thug. Hug a Thug also comes with many, many benefits, including many coupons for Huggies. Hug a Thug comes sponsored by Huggies. You will need those Huggies when you become a single mom after hugging a thug. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. That just... Okay, because of women working in nonprofits who promote Hug a Thug and melanin supremacist policies. Hug a Thug. I remember a big deal about somebody going to prison because his 3rd strike was stealing a slice of pizza. But it doesn't matter what the person was stealing. The point is you were stealing. Have you guys ever noticed that there's some people who are like, I can't believe I'm in prison for stealing a slice of pizza? No, you're in prison because you have a habit of taking things that aren't yours. It doesn't matter what it was. You have a habit of having sticky fingers for things that don't belong to you. It's the principle. It's not the value of the item that you're stealing. Hence why that those laws that we have today, where it's like, oh, if you don't steal more than $900, then it's not really a crime. So you're telling me that the principle doesn't matter? It's just about the value of the thing that was stolen? And now you see crimes have increased. Crimes are only increasing because if you tell people, hey, as long as you don't steal $900, you're good. What do you think people are going to do? Do you guys know there? Okay, in my area, we had 3 Walgreens, 2 CVS's, 1 Rite Aid. That was in our whole city and the neighboring city. 2 of the Walgreens have shut down, and there are no more CVS's. Oh, and the Rite Aid. The only Rite Aid that we had is also gone. Shut down. And the remaining Walgreens that we have, which is like 2, the remaining ones, everything is locked down. If you go in there, everything is locked down. Oh, and I'll tell you this. Now, this might seem a little racist, but it is true. When I went to Walmart, I never go to Walmart ever. Never. I never set foot in Walmart, but I did. I did because I needed something from the gardening center. When I went to Walmart with the husband, we went there and I strolled around just to see Walmart. I mean, we were there, might as well see the neighborhood talent. Anyway, as I was looking at the neighborhood talent in Walmart, I went down the makeup aisle. And as I was in the makeup aisle, I noticed that there are things behind locks and windows and glass doors. Things like eyelashes are behind glass doors. Eyelash glue is behind glass doors. And I also noticed this one thing. Foundation. If you guys don't know what foundation is like the color that ladies put on their face in order to make their complexion clear, look more clear, make it, cover up acne scars or what have you. Well, in this Walmart, they had foundation, but only the light color foundations were not locked up. The darker foundations were all locked behind bars, like not bars. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those little red things that they put at the end so you can't pull them out. And they had glass doors. So only the darker skinned foundations had locks on them. And I don't know if Walmart did that on purpose to try to show everyone else, like, hey, here's the problem. But I thought to myself, like, okay, if you're going to lock up the foundation, why not lock it all? But no, they only lock the ones that are causing them monetary loss. And it's only the darker skinned foundations that are causing them monetary loss. When I saw that, I was like, wow, that's not a pretty picture. It's not a pretty picture, but it is what it is. Rachel stole from Walmart. Can you stop talking about your wife like that? She doesn't appreciate it. You're going to end up on the sofa in the living room. He says it's pretty clear who's been stealing more. And that's the thing. It's like stores don't care so much about racism. They care about profit and loss. And if they are losing a certain item, they're going to obviously put a lock on that item. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right. Guys, I am so thirsty, but I have not. Okay. You guys need to give me a minute to run to the other side of the. I just need to go to the garage area so I can grab a water. I can do that in 12 seconds. If you guys give me 12, okay, don't count the seconds. Okay, 17 seconds. I can do that in 17.5 seconds. If you guys let me do that, you guys can count. I swear to you, in 17.5 seconds, I can do this. I can run and I can be back, okay? 17.5 seconds starting now. Okay, did I make it? Did I make it? I think I made it. I'm pretty sure I made it. Okay, wait, I made it, right? Why was there music playing when I came back? No, it wasn't 20 seconds. It was not. It was not 20 seconds. I know it wasn't. I didn't count, but I don't think it was 20 seconds. No, I'm not late. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Stop. You guys are just saying that. I know I made it. I know I made it in time. So stop. You guys are just haters. Don't be haters, okay? Don't get mad because I'm fast. Don't get mad. I could beat probably all of you in a race. I bet money. And I'll race you in a skirt. I'm wearing a skirt and I still win. Okay. You're winded from that, yeesh. Leave me alone, okay? You don't understand. I have to go upstairs and downstairs, okay? So leave me alone. You would be a little bit winded from stairs too, so stop it. Oh, thank you so much. A little bit of intermission music. My friend had a pharmacy in Brooklyn that you had to order everything through a hole in the bulletproof glass, backed up by more bulletproof glass to prevent a direct shot. I used to live in Brooklyn. We used to have not like bodegas, right? Like stores on the corners. And the stores on the corners oftentimes had bulletproof glass behind them. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. There are even schools that have what's it called? Like, you got to get like basically TSA patted down just to go inside school. School. I know how to say schools. Sometimes it's just easier to say school. Mortician Stone, how are you, Mortician? He said there's someone there with you. No. Did you guys see someone? You guys didn't see anyone, did you? What are you talking about? It says, Amira, the solution is, the solution is no, but it is not being implemented for some reason. It's like the politicians want the crime. And that's the thing. But my thing is this, even if you want the crime, why? I don't know how to, I just can't fathom it. I mean, I don't understand why somebody would want the crime. Because listen, if you have crime, you can use said crime in order to direct people to vote for you, because you can say, oh, I'm going to fix the crime. But when the crime is never fixed and the cities are getting worse and worse, there must come a point where you have to say, eventually we got to clean up a little bit. No? I mean, listen, we even have politicians getting, even they're getting touched. Even politicians are getting robbed. Listen, another thing. You can't even get the luxuries that you want because the crime is so bad. Think about Amazon. Think about just convenience, the convenience of having things delivered to you, door dashes and so on. And people are afraid to even give those. I mean, there has to come a point when you say this isn't working. I don't know, man. I can't fathom this. I really can't. Facial recognition. Last time I was in the airport, when you go through TSA in a big city, last time I was in Washington, D.C., and I was in D.C. and I was going through the airport, and they said, will you look here in this camera? And I said, what am I looking in the camera for? They said, oh, for the facial recognition. I said, I don't want to have facial recognition. They said, well, we have to do it. Everybody has to look in this little camera. They don't even give you the option to not allow your face to be recognized in facial recognition. And they said, we're doing it for the safety of everyone. Like if you get, oh, I don't know, kidnapped here, we can use your facial recognition to see who took you, where you are, or what have you. I said, I don't care if I'm kidnapped. I'll have my own people looking for me. And I bet you they'll do a better job than you guys. They said, no, but you still have to do it. See, this is why I get upset, because I'm like, at least give people the option to not do it. This is why I don't do the fingerprint on the phone. You know how you can unlock your phone with your fingerprint? I don't do the facial. Why do I keep saying fecal? I don't do the facial recognition on my phone. I don't do any of that. But now it's becoming to the point where they don't even ask for your permission. They tell you that you have to do certain things. I mean, have you guys seen it too? Oh, blindy. If you have a smartphone and Facebook, then you're already out there. I don't have a Facebook, but I do have a smartphone. They want to scan your eyes and fingerprints. The primal one. They're about greed and control, not common sense and decency. Bohemian Grove, 911, lockdowns in 2020. Many shopping malls use facial recognition. At this point, they just call it CCTV and say, oh, it's part of CCTV now. I mean, you are now on file. Listen, I've been on file since the moment that I put myself online. Okay, I understand I have a file, but I guess I would rather you shut up and keep it in the background than to outwardly tell me, we look into this effing camera so that we can use your face as recognition. Maybe I'm being stupid. Maybe it's just a stupid thing of mine where I don't need you to tell me outright that you're doing it. Do it behind the scenes. Don't let me know that you're doing it. I guess I sound stupid. Food deserts, as if the grocery stores wanted it that way. Well, you might have a point there, Neil. That makes sense. Now, that would be a good reason why they want the crime, because that's another way that they can starve out certain areas of good quality foods. Could be. It's another reason why certain places don't want to invest in certain areas. But guess what? That's not something that the big man did to them. That is something that community did to themselves. So I at the same time, it's, yeah. Large grocery chains are closing locations in high crime neighborhoods all over because they can't afford to keep them open. The libs complain that the poor can't eat healthy because they live in those food deserts. Listen, the reason why your area is a food desert is because of you. It's you. It's not anybody else. I mean, Amita, I think too, some people live behind walls and don't understand what's going on, or don't understand how eventually that stuff reaches your doorstep. Those things that we're talking about, that crime and stuff, it doesn't just stay behind borders. It doesn't just stay behind city lines. That stuff eventually comes to a city near you. Coming to a city near you. And that's why the Second Amendment is also important. Also important. I just saw a video not too long ago of these guys. They were trying to rob this house, yeah. And the house was really quiet on the inside, so the people thought, oh wait, it's clear. So these people, they tried to get into the house, right? And the owner was super quiet and was sitting in the living room. The owner knew that they were coming. Why? Because this house was in the middle of nowhere. Who else is going to be coming to their door? And they weren't expecting company. So the owner of the house had all the lights off, which is the proper way to do it. And he was sitting in the living room just waiting for the moment that they broke through the locks in his front door. The assailants, there were three or four of them, but I know three for sure. They broke into the door, and as soon as that door went, the guys were like, please, please. I was like, oh my gosh, I love America. And as that was happening, all I could hear in my head was, dun, dun. I hear the Star Spangled Banner going through my head. I'm like, God bless America. God bless America. Because, and that's the reason why they want us to be. Oh, do you guys know another thing? I tried to go somewhere else, and I tried to get another not shotgun. I wanted to get another rifle. But when I went to the place to go get the rifle where I normally go, the people know me. They said, no, we can't anymore. We can't even sell you the rifle anymore. I said, listen, I understand. Just sell it to me in parts, okay? It's no big deal. I know how it goes. And they said, yeah, but even if we sell it to you in parts, we can't. You're going to have a ghost rifle now. What? Why? The gun laws are getting out of control. They're getting out of control. But anyway, we all know that that's just the first step in a direction that we don't want to go in. I know. That's Soviet action. How many times have you just talked about something, then started getting ads on your phone? Creepy. That actually doesn't happen to me. Believe it or not, it really doesn't happen to me. That doesn't happen to me. It doesn't happen to me, number one, because I have ad blockers on pretty much everything. So even if they were trying to send me ads, I wouldn't know. And number two, I tend to buy things when I'm sleeping, or I tend to shop. And the things that I buy when I'm sleeping are things that the algorithm or Google or whatever is listening to me on my phone would never predict. They don't know that I'm trying to buy a parachute at 3:12 in the morning. They don't know that I'm going to buy a hand massager at 4:05 a.m. They don't know. How could they predict that? They don't know. I just buy random stuff all the time. So yeah, and I bought the Trump flag. I did buy the Trump flag at like 11:59. So they don't know. So I mean, honestly, for me, the ads don't really work because they're confused half the time of what I'm doing. But I'm sure that our phones and the technology knows us better than we know ourselves. I mean, it's kind of sad when you think about it, but it's not going to change. It's only going to get worse. Let's talk about the news. Let me pull up something, okay? Hold on, guys. Bear with me, okay? Let me have a sip of water because I am... Oh, that was bright. Oh. All right, hold on, guys, okay? Let me have a sip of water. Dang it, spilled all over me. That was tasty. Okay. He says, your husband doesn't believe the, oh, I bought it in my sleep. He didn't at first. He didn't believe me at first. He thought I was lying to him. I said, honey, I never lied to you. Check my phone. He checked my phone and he saw the hours at which these items were being purchased. And he said, but you were sleeping. I was like, yes, honey, I know. I was sleeping at that time. And you see the times that these items are being purchased. I said, you saw me. You saw me. And he said, you're right. I did see you. There's no way that you actually purchased these items. And I said, yeah. So can I have your credit card back or no? He's like, no. But still, he did find out that I was telling the truth. So he knows it wasn't really me, okay? Amazon monkeys. Gosh dang it. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Let's have some news, shall we? This is what we came here for anyway. We didn't come here for anything else but the news, did we? All right. Everybody, guys, check out Samael's channel whenever you get a chance. I hang out over there every now and again. You never know when, but I hang out over there every now and again, and it is fun. It is fun. So check out his channel. I think he streams every Friday. Him and Larry stream every Friday, and then he streams by himself every Saturday, and I believe Sundays too. But anyway, okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? Illegal alien TikTok influencer has been arrested while doxing ICE agents. Now, this happened on Friday, on August 15th, this past Friday. The illegal invader, Tatiana Martinez, was arrested while streaming live on her TikTok account when she was found and apprehended by ICE agents in LA County. Her content consisted of doxing ICE agents, okay? That was what she was famous for. That's what she was popular for, was basically giving out the personal information of ICE agents. And she would do that and also alert protesters and citizens so that they can disrupt, harass, and disrespect said agents. Basically, she's a national terrorist. Okay. And I say that as an Arab woman. This person is a real terrorist. This is a real terrorist. Because what is terrorism, right? It's causing fear amongst people. Now, these are ICE agents that are doing their job in protecting our nation. And instead of being protected themselves by citizens that they are protecting, these illegal cockroaches are putting them in danger. And why? Why? All because they don't want to face the consequences of doing things illegally. It's not because the ICE agents are just picking on them or they just have nothing else better to do. They just, oh, your last name is Martinez? Well, let me come over and poke you with a stick. No. They don't want to face the consequences of doing things improperly. So this is why they put these agents at risk of danger, and basically their lives are at risk and the lives of their family members. But here we go. A bystander's video showed ICE agents dragging Tatiana Martinez out of the Tesla that she was somehow able to buy with her illegal status. They were dragging this girl by her hands and feet, screaming, "Wait," in Spanish. Wait in Spanish is espera. So she was screaming, espera, espera, while the agents were dragging her by her hands and feet. Naughty kitten style, if you will. The video also showed her weave being snatched off. Oh, she had on weave. So the video showed her weave being snatched off as she actively resisted arrest while claiming that she would willingly go with the agents if they just slowed down and waited. But once out, Martinez reportedly, quote unquote, she won an Oscar for the Best Actress award by laying unresponsive on the ground after the ICE agents put her on the ground to handcuff her. This woman, this illegal cockroach, was taken to the hospital for a checkup and was transferred to an ICE detention center after all of this wahala, after all of this nonsense. But you know what's colder than ice? As ICE agents secured this illegal cockroach, some of them were drawn away by a second incident. A tow truck driver backed his truck up into one of the ICE agents' vehicles. He hooked it up to the wrench and drove off with the ICE agent's vehicle, forcing some of the agents to chase after him. Now, why would something like this happen? And as for Miss Illegal Cockroach, there's no information on which detention center she was taken to. We don't know. But the reason why we don't know is because they had to keep that a secret, because this cockroach in particular is more filthy than the rest of them. She has a little army out there. She has a group of people out there thinking that they're some type of martyrs who are out there fighting the good fight. So now we have even American citizens creating this type of environment for ICE agents while they're just doing their damn job. He towed away the ICE agent's vehicle while he was arresting this illegal cockroach. What kind of society are we dealing with, guys? What kind of society is this? Is this what the Americans of the 1940s and 50s thought that America would turn into? Is this what we fought for? Is this what they fought for? Look at us. We are absolute. Oh my God, we are just falling apart. We're falling apart over here. It's just, and you know what? I can't even say that these are, I don't know, generation, like people like myself, these are just immigrants who don't understand the value of the American flag or what the American story is. No, these are people who have generations in this country. We're talking about 5-7 generations of Americans living here and hating their own damn country. The place that was made the best place in the world, and they hate it. It's not even immigrants anymore. It's not even people who don't value or don't understand the worth of this place. It's not even them. It's the people who were born here. And they're over here ready to risk it all, willing to drop this nation, drop all loyalties and all for what? For some chick named Tatiana Martinez? Gosh. Well, anyway, next story. MSDNC. MSDNC has a host, and she blows the whistle on Trump-hating Democrats. Now, this is MSDNC's Joe Scarborough. He recently admitted that so many Democrats have secretly reached out to him and secretly cheered on for President Trump's DC crackdown on crime, because a lot of people are saying what Trump is doing is illegal. He is not allowed to use federal powers on a city. Well, technically, DC it's not a state. DC belongs to the federales. DC is federal land. It's really not even America in a way. I mean, in a way, I understand that, yeah, technically DC runs America and blah, blah, blah. But if you really kind of break it down, DC isn't really a part of America. It's its own thing. It's like like a land outside of America that runs America. But anyway, it's run federally. Trump has every right to do what he's doing, and it's about damn time, honestly. But here we go. Joe Scarborough says that Democrats have been secretly reaching out to him to secretly cheer on for President Trump's DC crackdown on crime. He said, and I quote, "So many people have been calling me over the last couple of days going, like, Washington? Washington should have gotten involved years ago. This place is dangerous. It's a mess. It's a wreck, and whatever." And they'll go onto Twitter and go that this is the worst outrage of all time, end quote. He went on to admit that crime has been a serious issue in DC for a very, very long time. Now, of course, Democrats are publicly scoffing at President Trump's crackdown and are claiming that crime in DC is at a 30-year low. Now, this is something that Trump also said, I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago. Trump did say that crime was down in DC, but it was at that moment because DC has, ups and downs, but it shouldn't get as high as it does. But crime in DC did have a time when it did lower a little bit, but of course it has spiked back up again. And now, and another thing about DC, guys, you guys got to remember, DC is the city that all other world leaders see. This is the first place that they see when they come to America. You guys remember when the president of China came and how all the streets had to be cleaned up in San Francisco because they had to clean up all the human feces off of San Francisco streets just for Mr. Ching Chong himself to come over here? Do you guys remember that? And you know what? You clean up like that for Mr. Ching Chong himself, Mr. Winnie the Pooh. You clean up for him. And you guys said that couldn't be done. When Americans have said, can you please clean up? They said it can't be done. We have the Black Plague coming back. We have ancient diseases and viruses returning. All because we can't keep human fecal matter from being on the streets. Now, DC is another thing. DC, anybody who's been to DC in the last couple of years, okay, DC is overrun by homeless people. There are tents everywhere. It's tent city everywhere. It makes America look like Venezuela. We look like Venezuela. We look like we have people on the streets barbecuing rats. We look like Haiti in some places, okay? Now, when you have world leaders coming to the most powerful, most dominant, most beautiful, most free country in this world, the richest country in the world, you have people coming to America, and then you see people in tents all over the city, all over the capital city, for crying out loud. You see that. What are you going to think about this country, huh? What are you going to think? You see a bunch of people living out in tents, roasting freaking rats over fire. Come on now. Come on. I think that Trump he has every right to clean up DC because DC should be the best city out of them all. DC should be the best city out of them all because that is where everything is we're supposed to show off our wealth. We're supposed to show off our American pride in our capital city. That's what capital cities are for. Is it not? Instead, our capital city looks like Skid Row times 2. It looks like Little Haiti. It looks like Port-au-Prince. Port-au-Prince in Haiti. Have you guys seen it? Where, humans are eating other humans? Yeah, that's what's going on. Do you guys know the Haitians? You guys know something about Haitians? I'm sorry if anybody's a Haitian over here. I'm sorry. You might not like me very much. But the Haitians were constantly talking about how they beat the white man, how they had the white man out of their country, how they were the only black people to beat the white man and to send him on his way, to kick him out and not let them be colonized. You beat the white man and then you started eating yourselves. You beat the white man and you started barbecuing your neighbor. Congratulations. I'll be right back. 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. I just had people come in the house because people are looking for me. The family is looking for me. They're like, Amita, where'd you go? Sorry. Okay. So I have a little bit more time. They're going to come back in a second. So I'm going to just take off for them, but I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay on with you guys, but I just need to give you guys something. New Jersey. New Jersey has also drawn a red line for parents. Why? Because of their children breaking laws. New Jersey has had enough of law-breaking minors terrorizing their cities. There is a new law in town and a law that holds parents accountable for the children's actions, whether they knew about them or not. Do you guys believe that this should be a thing? Do you? Do you guys believe that parents should be responsible for their children's crimes and that the parents should be punished for the crimes instead of the children? What do you guys think? Can you guys believe you says forcing parents to parent? Could be. Could be. And then also another thing is that children will be sad to see their parents being punished for things that they did too. You know, kids, no matter how bad they are, they don't like that. They don't want to see their parents go to jail for something that they did. It teaches consequences. It teaches compassion for others. It teaches consequences, that things happen. There are real life consequences for the crap that you do. Do you guys believe that this will be a one good way that can start changing the cycle, turning the cycle around instead of children growing up being into the criminal system and so on? Do you guys think it's better to put the parents into the criminal system? I'll be right back. They're going to come back in now. That is a 30% drop, but still the fifth highest. What? In the country? Wait, so violent crime is in DC is down by 30%, while murder. I know I'm muted. Hold on 1 second. This one right here, you guys, that is what I'm worried about too, because it could teach them to have compassion. But what if a kid is garbage? Because there are kids that are garbage. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, my kid is the best thing ever, but there are kids that are garbage out there. I'm sorry. And it could be from bad parents, but it also could just be, I've seen cases where a person has really good parents and even still they turn out to be garbage. Do you guys believe that everybody is born just great and that if you just have good parents, you'll be great? Sometimes there are people who are just born to be garbage. I believe that. I really do. Sometimes there are the best parents out there, and that's why natural selection used to be such a great thing. But Samael says, I think it might work in some cases, but if a kid has a criminal mindset, it only teaches him that someone else will pay for his crimes. That's as good as getting away with it. I agree. I very much agree. See, I don't know. Okay, let me go back to the article. 1 second. Okay, so it says, all right, so the Gloucester, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, Gloucester Township Council has announced, and this is in New Jersey, mind you guys, this is in New Jersey. The Gloucester Township Council has announced that any parent who fails to prevent their child from committing a crime will face up to 90 days in jail or up to $2,000 in fines. Now, the council identified 28 crimes that could result in consequences for parents, which includes crimes like disorderly conduct, associating with thieves. Wow, associating with thieves. Not even being a thief yourself, but associating with them. I like that. Associating with thieves, gambling, felonies, and even idly roaming in the streets. I think that should be a crime as well. Idly roaming in the streets. And not that being out in the streets is bad per se, but you know when a person is not up to any good and they're just roaming around looking for what they can get into, that should be a crime. But Amira, how can a police officer know when a person is up to no good versus a person who's just, oh, I don't know, out for a walk? Well, there could be a curfews. There could be a curfew that after a certain time, children under a certain age do not need to be out at all. I believe that should be a thing. After 9 o'clock, there shouldn't be anybody under 18 outside just walking around. That's the way you can enforce that idly roaming law. Do it by time. Oh, good night, Fionn. Bye. Have a good night. Think about me. Dream about me. I'm joking. But so you guys know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way that you can enforce that crime is by saying, this is a curfew. Children under a certain age do not need to be roaming around the streets after 9 p.m. So, I mean, yeah, there are ways that you can enforce that. And I agree with this. I really do. I think that this should be a thing, but maybe it will push them to parent properly. I hear you. I get it. But what about those kids that also just rebel even though their parents are trying to control them? Are we supposed to punish the parent for not being able to control it? I don't know. I know there's slippery slopes in every situation. In every single way that we do things is going to be a slippery slope. So I'm not going to believe in that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we're not going to do it just because there might be a slippery slope. I'm not going to say that. Some kids are narcissists. Well, aren't we all narcissists? And honestly, all kids are narcissists. You want to know why? Every kid doesn't typically have compassion. Compassion is learned with years. I mean, most people under, I don't know, the age of 22, they don't think about others as much as they should. They don't think about the problems and the suffering of others. you guys remember when you guys were kids? Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I wasn't afraid of almost anything because I didn't know all the suffering that could happen. I didn't know. But as I've grown and I've matured and I've learned all the suffering that can come about, all the suffering of humanity, when I started learning about it, I'm afraid of every damn thing now. Well, not really everything, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm cautious because I know now that things could go wrong in the blink of an eye. But when you're a kid, you don't know that. You think everything is cool. I can do whatever and it doesn't affect the person next to me, but it does. And you don't really realize that until you get older, that the things that you do affect the lives of others. And it could really throw another person's life's trajectory off rail. I mean, you just making a bad decision. Let's say you driving when you're tired. You knew you shouldn't be behind the wheel because you're too tired to drive, but you did it anyway. You did it anyway, possibly with good intentions because you wanted to feed your children or you wanted to do whatever, but you ended up killing someone or you ended up crippling someone. And now that person's life's trajectory is off because of you. Those are the things I'm talking about. These are things that when I was a kid, I would never think about something like that. You're like, oh, I can do whatever I want. It's my life. I'm free. But no, none of us are free. None of us are really free. If we care, anyway. You could just not give a damn. But then what's the point of you being alive if you don't give a damn? You might as well be dead yourself. Ted Bundy had great parents. He was just born black and twisted inside. It's actually, he was born African American and twisted inside. The term black is rather offensive. Even when I drink my tea in the morning, see, I used to call it black tea because that's what it said on the box. But then I realized that it's really improper to use those type of terminologies. I should call it African American tea. So now I address it properly. African American tea is what I drink every morning. But anyway, he was just African American and twisted inside. It wouldn't matter what they tried. He was always going to be a killer. And that's what I'm talking about, Samael. That's the thing. So it's like his parents being punished for not forcing him to be something. Would it be right to punish his parents when he would be the type of person to really not give a damn about them? He wouldn't care that we're punishing his parents. So, I mean, I don't know. Why are you worried about me? Why are you worried about what I'm wearing? Why? If it is a kimono, does that bother you? What does it matter? Let me enjoy my kimono. Except to Rachel. Rachel, I can't call her African American. She's like, call me black. I'm like, okay, black. Rachel's like, I am an African queen. There's no need to call me African because you know I'm an African queen. Call me black. Okay, Rachel. Even though you're white, but okay. I'm not white. I'm like, you literally have blonde hair. Okay. All right, never mind. Maybe it's just you guys know she really wants to be black. She tries her best. She tries. She really does try. She listens to Tupac every morning. She tells me to address her as well, I'm not going to say that, but she does tell me to address her as the African queen. She really does try very, very hard to be black. She really does. I really don't call her Whitey. I can't. She'll kill me. Listen. I'm going to do something. I think one of these times I'm going to take Rachel. I'm going to take her African queen self and I'm going to drop her in the middle of Brooklyn. And I'm going to tell her, now go with your people and convince them that you are one of them. See what happens. She'll get jumped. She'll get jumped. That's all that will happen. She wants you to call her. What? Listen, I no, she doesn't let me say that word, and neither would I want to say that word because I have class. I have class. I don't need to say words like that. But she said the word, she said it around me, and I told her, if you can say the word and I can't, don't you think that is a bit of a privilege of yours? And she said, no, it's not a privilege because I'm oppressed by that word. How are you oppressed by that word, Rachel, when you're recognized as white when you go out? I'm like, how are you? Oh my God. She says, I'm oppressed by that word. How? How? You're recognized as white everywhere we go. Nobody looks at you and says, oh, we're sorry, Miss Madame African American. They recognize her as white. Okay. You said Compton. Compton. No, my Nuka. No, she doesn't wear makeup to make herself look black. But what she does is she tans. She goes tanning. She goes tanning. You guys didn't know that? She goes tanning. Or she goes to countries that will make her dark. Like she'll go to like Argentina. Well, Argentina in the summer. But she'll go to like Thailand and just lay down on the beach all day. She'll go to Vietnam, lay on the beach all day. And I'm like, girl, you can keep doing that. All you're doing is ruining your skin and making yourself look old. You're going to make yourself wrinkly and pruny. And she's like, but at least I will be black. I'm like, okay, well, hey, look, no one's going to recognize you as a black woman. So just get over it. But still, this is our fight every time we're together. Zealage. Didn't you have a discussion about that before with her? Many times. Many times. In like the 11 years that we've been together, we have had this discussion at least 3 times a year. Gosh. She's a drama queen. She's worse than that. Not her word. My cousins came up with that word for don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Not all indigenous sub-Saharan African people are black. Some are. Most are varying shades of brown from dark to light. The Yuhe people of South Africa are about the same, but that's because they are mixed with Arabs. That's not because if you go to like sub-Saharan, oh God, I don't even, I don't want to sound ignorant because I don't know the place exactly what it's called. I don't know the country exactly, but it's in sub-Saharan Africa. But that is where original, and none of them are mixed, and the majority of them are about the same color. But the mixing is where the shades comes from. It's when they have like very light shades and so on. But they were colonized by Arabs a long time ago, just like the Ethiopian people. They were never really colonized, but they had the Italians there mixing with them a lot. And South Africa is white. What was I was gonna ask you guys something. Hold on. Somebody said, hold on. Oh, D14 says she straightens her hair. No, her hair is pretty straight. No, she doesn't straighten it. There's a Moroccan area where white tribes existed. Well, in Northern Africa is a huge mix. It's like mostly Mediterranean people and Arabs. I mean, there's nothing sub-Saharan about North Africa. So she naturally has whitey hair. Oh my gosh. I'm not doing this with you guys. I'm not doing this with you guys. Good night. Good night. Hold on, wait. Let me give you guys one more story. One more story. Oh. The last part of the children punishing the state punishing the parents for the crimes of the children. Okay, here we go. Last thing. The council identified the 28 crimes that could result in consequences for parents, which includes crimes like disorderly conduct, associating with thieves, gambling, felonies, and even idly roaming in the streets, among others. The penalties for parents will be even harsher if their child is a repeat offender. Now, here is the 1 year part. This new rule comes 1 year after a huge brawl broke out in front of 500 viewers, most of whom were teenagers. Of the 11 that were arrested, 9 of them were teenagers between the ages of 13 and 17. All of the teens were charged with disorderly conduct and sent home. And the responding police officers sustained minor injuries after this big brawl that happened in front of 500 viewers. Now, the list of offenses could get the township and the state in hot water due to some eye-raising examples that may get the state hit with constitutional challenges. Now, here's a list of what could land a parent in jail: a felony, high misdemeanor, or other offense, a violation of any penal law or municipal ordinance, any act or offense for which he or she could be prosecuted in the method partaking of the nature of a criminal action or a proceeding. They can also be arrested for being a disorderly person. Their parents could also be arrested from them being disorderly, being habitual vagrants, which means not being on time for things, not being on time for school, not being on time. Incorrigibility, I guess that means not being able to be corrected. Immorality, which we all know is pretty much everything. They can also be arrested for knowingly associating with thieves or vicious or immoral people. Now, that's a beautiful thing, because the children could argue, well, it wasn't me who was doing it. Well, it doesn't matter, because you will be guilty by association. So that means you need to watch who you're hanging around with. And if you are caught with them, you are also going down. That's a beautiful thing. They could also be arrested for growing up in idleness or delinquency, or knowingly visiting gambling places like casinos, or patronizing other places or establishments, his or her admission to which constitutes a violation of law. Can also be arrested for a felony. And then loitering in groups of 3 or more in public streets, highways, or alleys. Loitering or deconstruction or defacing of public property owned by the government or of the township, county, or state. They can also be get their parents arrested for destruction of playground equipment and public parks. That is a big one. That's a very big one. How many times have we seen spray paint on playgrounds, on sides of buildings, on parks, city streets? They can also get their parents arrested for that. Their parents could also be arrested for the child consuming alcohol on a public street. They can also get their parents arrested from them being drunkenness, And they can also get their parents arrested if they are out begging. That's a good one too. No begging. You cannot be outside begging, or you can get your parent arrested. The last two are lack of supervision by a parent, legal guardian, or other person having the care or custody of a minor child under the age of 18. A person is defined to include parents, guardians, or persons having custody or control of the minor children. And the last one that can get their parents arrested is for indecent exposure. Indecency, being naked, nakedness, what's it called? Exposing oneself, flashing, certain clothing being worn. If clothing is not adequate, I think that this is a very good list. And I think it covers the majority of crimes that a child would commit. You know what I mean? These are things that children would do. These aren't things, I mean, these are also things that adults do, but children in particular have a different type of criminal list. And I believe this list covers everything that child would do. So, Yakub says, make parents good parents again. All right. So I think I will let you guys go now. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I've had a great time, as always. We always have a great time. I mean, well, I do anyway. If you guys don't, so oh well. Because I'm enjoying my...
Okay, she just dropped out. I think that was a technical thing. I don't think she actually just dipped. Nope, here she is. She's back. Okay.
No. I am telling you that this computer, all I'm doing, I'm just barely touched it, and it turns off the camera. Barely touch it, turns on the camera. Then it took me out of StreamYard. It's just acting crazy, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm enjoying myself a little bit too much. Good night, everybody. Good night. He said, wow, haha, what's happening? Leave me alone, okay? Leave me alone. I'm tired. Larry, what? Larry, you're not helping me, Larry. You're not helping. You need to tell them that they can't be laughing at me. You guys, mods, you guys aren't doing your jobs. Oh, really, John Doe? Okay. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? All right. All right. Hold on. Wait. Let me get myself ready. All right. Thank you all for joining me today. It has been a pleasure to spend my Saturday night with you all, as I always do. I try to give you guys the best of me. I try to give you guys my Saturday nights. This is typically when I'm in the best of moods and the best of energies, because I typically have just finished a hunt when I come to see you all. So I'm typically well fed and feeling good. Thank you all for being with me on this beautiful Saturday. And autumn is just around the corner. So you guys know I'm feeling a lot better. And I hope you guys are too. I hope to see you guys on the next one. And with that, I yield my time. Good night, everyone.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.